Hello children, welcome to online class. I hope you are safe and good. Now we are going to learn Standard 8 English, Unit 6 Supplementary, Homeless Man and His Friends, a True Story. Okay, so from the topic Homeless Man and His Friends. Actually, homeless man, what is the meaning of homeless man, children? Homeless man in the sense a man who doesn't have a home to live. Those are meant to be homeless man. Is it the man who don't have house to live? They are said to be homeless man. And we are going to see here about the homeless man and his friends. Who are his friends? And this is the true story, children. Okay. So before I would start this lesson, we will just deal with the glossary of this lesson. Glossary. Boomerang. Come back to the person who threw it. Boomerang. Come back to the person who threw it. Medication. Form of medicine that is used to treat. Medication. Form of medicine that is used to treat. Incredible. Unbelievable. Incredible. Unbelievable. Anticipating. Expecting. Anticipating, expecting. Yes, children, now let us learn this lesson. The homeless man and his friends. There is a homeless man in Rio do Sul in South Brazil who often sacrifices his own food to feed the stray dogs around him. Once he suddenly required emergency treatment. His kindness came back to him like a boomerang. For the faithful dogs he had been feeding made sure he wasn't alone. So there was a homeless man in Rio do Sul, which is in South Brazil, and he has a habit of sacrificing his own food to feed the stray dogs. Stray dog in the sense roadside dogs around him. Actually, children, here homeless man in the sense the man who doesn't have home, the man who doesn't have any material property, that is any material possession, the person who doesn't have anything, he himself is struggling for food, and he is feeding these stray dogs which is around him. It's such a respectful thing to hear, is it? He doesn't have anything with him. He is alone. He is struggling for his own food daily. So that person is feeding the roadside dogs. It's really very amazing to hear, is it? Okay. So this particular person, this homeless man, once he need a emergency treatment. He just fell faint and he need a emergency treatment, and his kindness, that is his kindness of feeding stray dogs, it came back like boomerang. How? In the sense that faithful dogs, they helped this man. Let's see how these stray dogs help this homeless man. Okay. The dog's incredible loyalty was witnessed by Nurse Chris Mamprem and her colleagues. The homeless man, known as Caesar, arrived at the emergency room of the hospital at about 3 a.m. to seek treatment and medication for pre-existing health condition he has been battling. So the dog's incredible loyalty in the sense the dog's unbelievable loyalty was witnessed by the nurse Chris Mamprem. Actually, children, this homeless man name is Caesar. Okay, so he was taking medicines. He was under hospital, but now he came to the emergency hospital. Why? Because you all know he was not feeling well, and he came to the emergency hospital, and that particular person was taken care by the nurse Chris Mamprem and her colleagues. And see how they are coming to know about how this Chris Mamprem, that is nurse, is coming to know about this homeless man and dog's loyalty. We will be seeing in this lesson. Okay, so this dog's incredible loyalty, unbelievable loyalty was witnessed by nurse, and nurse name is Chris Mamprem and her colleagues. The homeless man name is Caesar, and he came in the emergency room of the hospital at early morning 3 a.m. to get treatment. And actually he was getting the pre-existing health condition, in a sense he was getting treatment already. Okay, actually he was battling with some disease and he was getting treatment for that. As an emergency patient, he came to the hospital early morning 3 a.m. Okay, and he was taken care by Chris Mampim under colleagues. Colleagues in the sense the person who work along with them is said to be, they are meant to be colleagues. It was his first time at the hospital for treatment, as he normally goes to another health facility in town. Actually, this Caesar, homeless man, is the for the first time he came to this hospital, and he was taking treatment in another hospital which is in town. Thus, Mamprim and her colleagues did not know about Caesar's condition nor his background. So the Mamprim and her colleagues they doesn't know anything about this Caesar, and they doesn't know what is the background of Caesar and what is the health condition of Caesar. Nothing they are aware of. He has come to the hospital as the emergency patient, and they are just started diagnosing now. Who? Nurse Chris Mamprim. But not before long, they realized that he had a gang of dogs accompanying him. So, but not before, that is, it has not taken a long time. That is, within a short period of time, nurse and the colleagues they came to realize that this man has been accompanied with the gang of dogs. So, who are those gang of dogs? We'll see. 4 concerned dogs had showed up at the entrance of the hospital and were waiting for Caesar. They were concerned about their homeless master, who the nurses soon learned had been for going his own meals to feed the dogs. So actually there were 4 dogs who were waiting at the entrance of the hospital for Caesar. Okay, from the early morning 3 o'clock, from that time to till the treatment is going on, these 4 dogs without going anywhere, they were standing at the entrance of the hospital for their master Caesar. Okay, they were concerned in the sense they were worried about their homeless master, who the nurses soon learned had been for some time foregoing his own meals to feed the dogs. So after some time, this nurse and the nurse colleagues, that is Mamprim colleagues and Mamprim, they come to know that this particular person has shared his own meals to feed these dogs. So the dogs, to show their loyalty, they were standing outside the hospital. Mamprim snapped the photo of the touching scene and later posted it on Facebook. So what this Mamprim did, she just took the photo of this dog's touching scene and she posted on the Facebook, saying, I came across this today at the hospital where I work at 3 a.m. while their master, who lives on the street, was being treated. His companions waited at the door. Simple person without luxury, who depends on help to overcome the hunger, the cold, the pain, the evils of the world, has by his side the best companions. The exchange is reciprocal. So in that Facebook, she has posted the photo of these dogs. I have told you, is it? Along with that, she has given the message in the Facebook stating that came across this today at the hospital where I work at 3 a.m. That is early morning 3 a.m. while their master in the sense who lives, that master, actually if we say the master in the sense, he must be a rich person. He might be a person with some qualities, is it? But here the master in the sense who lives on the street was being treated in the sense he was given a treatment in the hospital, and his companions waited at the door. So companions here is meant to be stray dogs. So they waited at the door. So that person is a simple person without luxury, who depends on the help to overcome the hunger, who depends upon others to overcome his hunger, to overcome the cold, to relieve from his pains, and to overcome the evils of the world. He depends upon the others. Okay, has by his side the best companions, and the exchange is reciprocal. And by his side he has the best companions who are reciprocaling their love which is given to them by their master, and they are returning back. Who is returning back? Companions. Who is here? Companions? Stray dogs. Understood, children? What this nurse has posted in the Facebook, she has posted the photo of these dogs. Along with that, she says that I came across this today at the hospital where I work at 3 a.m. while their master, here the master in the sense homeless man, was being treated. His companions waited at the door. A simple person without luxury, who depends on help to overcome the hunger, the cold, the pain, the evils of the world, has by his side the best companions. So he has got the best companions, even though he struggled for all those things, for the hunger, for the cold, for the pain, to overcome the evils of the world. Even though he struggled for all those things, he has the best companions, and the exchange is reciprocal, and those companions, they are exchanging their love in reciprocal. Okay, an exchange of love, affection, warmth and understanding. A person who confessed to us that he stops eating to feed them, Mamprim continued. So here the reciprocal, I told you, and the exchange is reciprocal. What these dogs are giving him in exchange? They are giving him a love, affection, warmth and understanding. They have understood their master nicely. Even the human beings will fail to do their duties, but these animals, they have understood this master. They have understood the pain of their master, and they are waiting for him to come back. Okay, a person who confessed to us that he stops eating to feed them. So here she says that the person, that is this Caesar, he has stopped eating. Why? Because he wants to feed these stray dogs. To feed these stray dogs, he just stopped eating it. Understood? So now Mamprim is continuing. What she is continuing, let's see. Speaking to the Dudo. Dudo, in the sense, Dudo is an American online publisher focused on animals and animals rights issue. Okay, so Dudo is an American online publisher focused in animals and animal rights issues. Okay, so speaking to the Dudo, Mamprim said they are all well taken care of and chubby. So these animals, these stray dogs are well taken care, and they are seems to be very chubby. That is good. Since he wants to feed the stray dogs, he just stopped eating the food. The faithful canines. Canines in the sense dogs. The faithful canines were anxiously anticipating Caesar's safe return. So these faithful dogs, they were anxiously waiting. They were anxiously waiting. They were anxiously seeing for the return of their master. Fortunately, the animals reunited with their owner in no time. So within not giving much time or not giving much space, within a few time, these companions, these stray dogs, they just reunited with their master, with their owner. Not wanting to keep Caesar and his companions apart, the staff let the dogs inside after giving him the medication he needed. So the staffs, that is the nurse and his colleagues, they don't want to apart the Caesar and companions. So she let the dogs to come inside the hospital. Actually, children, you all know that to visit the hospital will have a visiting time. In the morning they'll allot 8 to 10, and evening like 6 to 8 is it will be having particular time to visit the patient. Here, by seeing the love, by seeing the affection and kindness of dogs, the nurses allowed the stray dogs to come inside the hospital and meet their owner. They even offered some food to Caesar. Believe me, he ate some and saved a bit to give the dogs later, Mamprim recalled. So finally she recalled, she just said that she is unable to believe that when the Caesar is given some food to eat, he ate a little and saved a bit to feed the stray dogs. Okay, when the food is given to the Caesar, he just ate a little and he kept saved a bit so that the dogs will eat later on. It's a real gentleman, is it? Attitude? Okay. An hour later, Caesar left the hospital with the 4 dogs trailing behind, happily wagging their tails. So after an hour, Caesar, along with the 4 dogs, he just left the hospital happily, and the dogs were also very happy, wagging in the sense moving the tails swiftly. Okay, just left the hospital very happily. Then, I do not know what his life is like or why he is on the street, but I admire the respect and love he has for his little friends, Mamprim concluded. Seeing them like this, waiting at the door, just shows how much they are well cared for and loved. So, here the Mamprim says that I do not know what the lifestyle or why. I do not know why the life of the Caesar is like this, why he has become homeless man, why he is on the street. I don't have any idea. But she gets admired by the respect and love which is given by the Caesar to its little friends. Okay, so even though she doesn't know what is the lifestyle of Caesar, why he has come to the street, and why he's been lying on the street, nothing she knows, but she get admired by the respect and love given by Caesar to the little friends. Mamprim concluded, seeing them like this, waiting at the door, just shows how much they are well cared for and loved. So she just concluded by saying that, so since the care and love taken by Caesar to the stray animals, that love and care can be seen by the way the animals waiting at the door. Okay. Even though Caesar has little material possession and likely has no kin to turn to, he is never alone because he has his warm and loving companions. So even though the Caesar has little material possession in the sense he doesn't have enough material with him, or he has no relation with him, but he is not left alone. So because of these things and all, he is not left alone. He has the best companion in this world who can take care of him, who can love him with full effort. Okay, who are those best companions? The stray dogs. Okay, so Caesar has a little material possession and does not have any kin in the sense does not have any relation with him, but he has his warm and loving companions. Okay, children, I hope you have understood this lesson. Let us recall this lesson once again. Okay, so life takes us on some interesting journey, and having wonderful friends with us on long ride can make both the best and worst periods enjoyable. There is a homeless man called Caesar in South Brazil. He often sacrifices his own food to feed the stray dogs around him. One day, he falls very sick, and his kindness towards the animal come back to him as they accompany him to the emergency room at the hospital in Brazil. The nurses are surprised to see Caesar, who was new to the hospital. They did not know his previous condition. They were surprised to see four canines, in the sense four dogs, waiting at the entrance to see Caesar. Watching them, the nurse is impressed and posts a picture of the scene in the Facebook, stating a simple person without luxury depends overcome pain, the evils of the world, has by his side the best companions, and the exchange is reciprocal. They wait, and Mamprim, the nurse, watches them reunite with their master in no time. When Caesar was offered food, he ate some and saved the rest for the dogs. Caesar has little material possession and does not have any kin, but he has his home, but he has his warm and loving companion. I hope children you have understood this lesson. Nice story, is it? Animals taking care of their master when he is not feeling well. Now let us discuss the comprehension questions. What is the name of the hero of this story? What is the name? The name of the hero of this story is Caesar. Where did this story happen? This story happened on the street in Rio do Sul in South Brazil. When was he admitted in the hospital? Caesar was admitted at the emergency room of the hospital at about 3 a.m. Where is the hospital? The hospital is in Rio do Sul in South Brazil. Who accompanied him to the hospital? A gang of dogs accompanied him to the hospital. Okay. Write the answers for the following questions in 100 words. Where did the nurse post this story? We cannot write this in 100 words, is it? Okay. The nurse posted this story on Facebook. What did the Caesar do when he was offered food by the nurse? What did he do? When Caesar was offered food by the nurses, he ate some and saved a bit to give the dogs later. Though Caesar was a homeless man in Rio do Sul in South Brazil, he often sacrificed his own food to feed the stray dogs around him. When he suddenly required emergency treatment, his kindness came back to him like a boomerang. For the faithful dogs he had been feeding made sure he was not alone. Actually, children, when we are in some struggle or when we are in some difficulties, in that moment only we'll be need of some people. Other times no, we'll say I can manage everything, they'll say. But in struggle no, we want someone to share our feelings, to take care of us, is it? So here he is lucky to have the animals as the best companions. Next question. How many dogs accompanied him when he left the hospital? 4 dogs accompanied him when he left the hospital. How many people followed Mamprim's post? 1,36,000 people followed Mamprim's post. Okay. Can you guess the meaning of following words after understanding of this story? We'll try, okay? Homeless, without any house or people to care. Boomerang, come back to the person through it. Canine, dog, due to its teeth it is named to. Okay, because of his teeth it is named so. Stray, dogs found in streets without owners, they are meant to be stray dogs. Health facility, health care. Colleague, co-worker. Accompany, go along with. Trailing, following. Wagging, moving the tail swiftly. Reciprocal, in return. Possession, own. Mistreatment, ill treatment or wrong behavior. Okay children, let me stop this session right now. You can PDF will be sent to you. Kindly complete the classwork. Okay children.